Another ballad is When You're Gone. I saw the video and it features a soldier going off to war. To what extent should we see that as a political statement?
I feel like this song, When You're Gone, is very universal and it can mean so many different things. So when it came to the video, I wanted to have different stories. Because this song could be about losing someone. Well, it is, or just, having to go away on very long trips and missing someone, or, breaking up or whatever. So I thought, I don't know, I don't really think the video is that political, but I just wanted it to have a universal message.
When you're gone, the pieces of my heart are missing you. When you're gone.
On this album, you've also worked with your husband, singer of Sum 41. What was that like to work with your spouse? Because that must be very difficult in some ways.
It was great. He produced 2 songs, and Derek was in the studio with his band Sum 41 while I was doing my record. So we were like, his drummer played on the 2 tracks, Steve-O, and it's cool just to have him be part of it.
No marital struggles going on there.
No, it was just fun.
You've also been doing some acting. You want to do more of that in the future?
Yeah, I worked on Over the Hedge, which was an animated film, and I was in Fast Food Nation. They were both small parts. Fun, and I'd love to do more.
I'd like to hear more about how you write. How does that work? Do things just sort of pop up in your head on when you're doing stuff, or do you sort of have to sit down and isolate yourself and concentrate? How does that work with you?
The writing process for me is like, usually I don't think ahead of time what the song's going to be about. It just kind of happens. Typically, like before I went into the studio with this record, I had a vision for the record, and I was like, this record's going to be really fun. I want it to be, for a live show, and really playful. I did not want it to be dark, so I stayed away from when the lyrics were starting to go darker. I was like, no, and like, I didn't want a bunch of mid-tempos. So, but writing for me is just usually sitting down. I co-write, and I'll have someone with the guitar, or I'll have the guitar, and come up with a bunch of melodies, and then lyrics usually just are quick. Some stuff is personal, and some stuff isn't, like Girlfriend, for instance, the single. I don't even know, it was just one of those songs I just started singing, like, I don't like a girlfriend, think you need a new one, and thought it was funny. So Luke and I wrote just about a story about, wanting the boyfriend, and it didn't mean anything to me at that time. But that's kind of what I like about this record, too, is that some of this record is just like everything. I have a song called Everything Back But You, and it's just kind of like made up, and it's just stories. And then, like, some of the songs are more personal, like actually more meaningful to me. But that's kind of a different for me, because my last record was like so personal and so much more serious.
Was that too hard for you to sort of bear yourself, or was it a conscious decision not to do that this time?
That's always a question. No, it's not, because my songs that are personal aren't ever like that obvious. And I'm in a good place in my life, and I didn't want a bunch of love songs on my record.